dear students, welcome to today's science class. So students, we all love food, but have you ever wondered what happens to the food when it goes inside our body? So today we are going to explore the amazing journey of food inside our stomach, okay, or inside our body, and that is the process of digestion. Okay, let's start it. See. So students, in this, first of all, we have to learn about the different types of nutrients, water, roughage, the concept of balanced diet, the whole process of digestion we are going to cover, and some healthy eating habits, how to cook food, and how to preserve the food items. Okay? So students, first of all, they have given you some pictures over here, and we have to write P for protein rich, C for carbohydrate rich, and F for fat rich food. Okay. But students, before writing all these, you have to understand the concept of all these different types of nutrients, that what are carbohydrates, fat, protein, vitamins, minerals. Okay. So first of all, I will explain you and then you can do it on your own also. Okay. Let's start it. So students, first of all, we are going to understand the importance of food, that what does food work. Okay, so food help us to give energy and to grow. First of all the living things need food because food provides us energy, food help us to grow, food keeps us healthy, and it also protects us from the different types of diseases. Okay, and among that also students, the all essential nutrients which a particular living being requires, okay, those all nutrients are derived from the different types of food item. Okay, now what are nutrients? Nutrients are some special substances which are there in the different types of food. Okay, and these nutrients only give us energy to work, to play, and makes our body strong enough to fight against the diseases. Right? Now, some nutrients are there which help us to grow. See, every nutrient has a different function to do. Okay, as they have told you, some nutrients provide you the energy, some help us to grow, some nutrients helps to fight against the diseases. So every nutrient has a different function to do. Okay, see, so some nutrients help to grow, others helps to fight diseases in our homes also. Okay, so students, in our homes, different types of food is prepared on different occasions. Okay, I hope you all must eat it. Now, see. So nutrients are the substances used by us to survive, grow, and do different types of work. Okay, these different types of nutrients, what they do, they help us to survive, they make our body grow, and they do different kinds of work. Okay, and all these nutrients are not present in particular type of food item. They are present in different food items and in different quantities. Okay, therefore it is advised to us so that we should eat different kinds of food in correct amount. So majorly student, we have 5 nutrients named as carbohydrates, fat, protein, vitamin, and minerals. And we are going to discuss about all these different types of nutrients one by one. Number 1, we have first of all carbohydrates. Carbohydrates, students, they provide us energy. Okay, because of carbohydrate, we all get energy to work. And because they give you energy, they are called energy-giving food. Now, what are the sources of carbohydrates? See, sugar, starch, fiber, these are the main types of carbohydrates. Okay, and these main types of carbohydrates are found in a variety of food. Okay, see, now what does carbohydrates do for us? It plays a very, very important role for the proper working of our brain, okay, heart, nervous system, digestive system, and immune system. All these systems work properly because of carbohydrates only, right? Potato, rice, bread, banana, these are some rich sources of carbohydrates, okay? And the people, students who do physical work more, okay, or the hard work, they need a diet or a kind of diet which is rich in carbohydrate, so that they do get sufficient amount of energy to carry out their hard physical work. Okay? Now, but Remember one thing, that too much intake of carbohydrates can make us fat. So you should take the carbohydrate in an adequate amount only. Okay? Now, next we have what? Fats. Now, what are fats? These are the another type of nutrients. See, fat gives us more energy than carbohydrates. Very special thing is that, students, that fats also provide you energy. But as compared to carbohydrate, they provide you more energy. Okay? See, fat is also needed to absorb fat-soluble vitamins. The vitamins which are fat-soluble, to absorb them also, we need fats only. Okay, fat is stored in the food for extra energy. What is the function of fat? Number one, they are used for storing extra energy. They protect the internal organs also of our body. And for the healthy skin also, we require fat. Okay, fat keeps our body warm. And the rich sources of fats are kind of oil, butter, ghee. These all are the rich sources of fat. And another very important thing, that too much of fatty and oily things make us fat and obese. So we should take a fat, but in a very adequate or accurate amount. Because if we take too much of carbohydrates or too much of fats in our diet, it will make you fatty and it will make you obese also. Okay? Now, see one more thing. Fats and carbohydrates are called energy-giving food. Why? Because they provide you energy. So if we ask you that what are the energy-giving food, so what you will give? The answer that fat and carbohydrates are the energy-giving food. Okay? Now, so the next nutrient which we have to start is protein. See, now proteins help in bodybuilding. The very important function, the main function of protein is what? That it helps in bodybuilding. It helps us to grow, right? They help to grow new cell and repair old cell in the body. So another major function of protein, that all the new cells grow from the proteins only, and all the old cells are repaired in our body due to proteins. Okay? Protein is the second most abundant substance in the body next to water. Okay, after water, the next most abundant substance in our body is protein. Remember it. And protein is used by the body. Now, what are the organs of our body which use these proteins? See, muscles, organs, other tissues such as skin and hair. All these different types of organs are made with the presence of proteins only. Okay, they help us to repair worn out tissues. All the tissues which are there in our body, they are damaged. If they are damaged, so they are worn out, they are repaired due to the presence of proteins, right? Next, it regulates body functions also. Okay, it makes antibodies. Now, what are antibodies? Antibodies fights against sickness. Okay, now, proteins are especially important for growing children and nursing mothers, so that their body can grow, their body could be built into a healthy body, and for that purpose only, all the growing children and all the nursing mother required a rich amount of protein diet. Okay, now some sources of protein they have given you, like milk, egg, cheese, pulses, meat, fish, etc. All these are rich sources of protein. As you are also growing children, so you should also take a very rich diet of protein. Okay? See, so students, if I ask you that what are the bodybuilding foods, so you will give the answer that proteins are called bodybuilding foods. Okay? Now, next we have vitamins. Now, what are vitamins? Food rich in vitamins help us to fight against diseases. Very important. Now, the immune system of our body is made due to the vitamins if it is there in our diet, because vitamins help us to fight against diseases, right? But they are not needed in a very large quantity. They are needed in very small quantity by our body. Okay? So, they also help our eyes. So students, very important thing, vitamins help our eyes, nerve, gums, skin. They work properly due to vitamins only. Okay, vitamin A. Now, students, one more thing, there are different types of vitamin, and every vitamin has a special function or role to play. Like number one, vitamin A. Vitamin A keeps the eyes and skin healthy. Okay, then vitamin B. Vitamin B is good for your muscles and nerves. Okay, then vitamin C. Vitamin C makes strong gums. Your gums under which your teeth are embedded. These gums become stronger because of vitamin C. And also the wounds which we get because of any injury, they are healed due to vitamins only. Okay. Then next is vitamin D. It makes our bones stronger. Okay. Now, fresh fruits, vegetables, fish, milk, etc. These are some rich sources of vitamins. Okay. Now, one very important thing, that vitamins and minerals are called protective food. So, if someone asks you that what are the protective foods in our diet, so you will say that vitamins and minerals are protective food. And if I ask you which vitamin is required to make our bones stronger, so the answer is vitamin D. Okay, which vitamin is good for our strong gums and heal our wounds? That is vitamin C. Okay, now, next we come to what? Minerals. So, as we have discussed in the previous page also, that vitamins and minerals, they all together are called protective food. And as the name suggests, they will help you to fight against diseases. Same is the function of mineral also. See, minerals help in the formation of bones, teeth and blood. All these parts of our body are made due to the minerals only. Example, calcium, potassium, sodium, iodine, iron. These are the examples of minerals. See, so these minerals also play a very important role, but they are also required in very small quantity only. We do not need minerals and vitamins in a very large quantity. We just require a very small quantity so that our body becomes fit and healthy. Right? Now, very important thing. The calcium. Calcium, as I told you, it is a type of mineral which is present in milk and green leafy vegetables. Okay? And it helps you to building your bones and teeth. So you must include calcium in your diet. Right? Then, vegetables like spinach and fruits. I hope you all must have eaten it. So these vegetables like spinach and fruits like apples, they contain a mineral known as iron, and iron helps the blood to carry oxygen to different parts of our body. Okay, now there are some more minerals like calcium, iron, potassium, iodine. These all different types of minerals are required by our body, but as I told you, not in a very large amount, in a very small amount. Okay, by the various part of our body. And very important thing, the table salt which you eat on a usual basis, on a daily basis, it is a good source of iodine. So you must include table salt also. Right? Now, next we come to what? Water. So students, we have discussed the different types of nutrients which are required of our body, and they help us to make our body healthy, strong and fit. Now, among all these or beside all these nutrients, our body also requires some amount of water and roughage. Now, what does it help us to do? Let's start it. See, water is an essential component of our diet. So we must include, or we should drink at least 6 to 8 glasses of water on a daily basis. Okay, because it helps in digestion of food. This is the importance or the function of water, that what it helps in the digestion of food which you have eaten. Okay, then it is the most abundant substance in the body. We have discussed in the previous page also that after water, the most abundant substance present in our body was protein, and now we have discussed that the most abundant, after water it is protein, but the most abundant is water only. About 70% volume of our body is made up of water only. Okay? See, it helps in dissolving nutrients. Another function of water, that water dissolves the nutrients which are used by our body. Okay? Water regulates our body temperature also. Okay, our body loses the water in the form of sweat and urine. See, the amount of water which is required by our body is used up. Okay. And after all the water which is required, it gets used up, the excessive amount of water is lost by our body in the form of sweat or in the form of urine. That is just wastewater, which is not used by our body, excess amount of water. Okay. Now, we feel thirsty when the amount of water in our body becomes less, right? And then we urge to drink water. Our body needs 3 to 4 liters of water daily. So you must drink 3 to 4 liters of water daily on a regular basis. Okay? To keep our body hydrated. Next, we have what? Roughage. Now, what is roughage? Roughage is the fiber present in the food. Very important. The fibrous part of the food is known as roughage. It does not get digested in our body, but it helps in digestion and removal of waste. See, the fibrous part or the roughage part, it does not get digested in our body. But the main function of roughage is to what? That it helps in digestion and it also helps in the removal of waste from our body. Next, it helps to minimize the chances of overeating. Okay? Now, see, roughage cannot be totally absorbed by the body, and the unusual portion of the bulk material aids in the digestion process and healthy function of bowel system. The cleaning action helps to keep vital organs less prone to infection and diseases. So, students, roughage cannot be totally absorbed by the body. It just provides bulk to your food so that you do not overeat. And the waste which is produced in your body gets excreted out because of roughage only. Apple, guava, peas, ladyfinger, raw vegetables. These are some rich sources of roughage. Okay, students? Now, next we come to the topic that is balanced diet. Very important topic. See, to stay fit, active and healthy, we should eat food items from all types of food groups. Now, what is a diet, students? Diet is the food or the meal which we take in a particular day at a particular time. Now, we should eat a kind of diet which is rich in all the different types of nutrients, including roughage and water. And such a diet which is having all the nutrients, water, roughage in a very adequate and accurate amount. Such type of diet is known as balanced diet. See, so a diet that contains the correct amount of, as I told you, every nutrient is required, but in a very suitable amount. It should not be in deficient amount also and not be in excess amount also. So, the diet which is having the correct amount of carbohydrates, protein, fat, mineral salt, vitamin, roughage and water. Okay, all these different types of things are present. If it is present in an accurate amount in a diet, such type of diet is known as balanced diet. Okay, and such kind of diet is necessary also for your body to grow, to stay healthy and to be disease free. Okay, it is essential to have a balanced diet to stay healthy and to grow well. Now, students, they have given you some advantages of balanced diet, that why we should take a balanced diet. Number one, we feel better when we eat. So, when we eat right, we feel better, we feel more energetic. Okay, and we remain healthy and free from diseases. Your body will be healthy, your body will be free from diseases if you take a proper balanced diet. Okay, now, next we have what? Milk. See, milk is a complete food in itself. I hope you all must drink milk also. Okay, so milk is a complete food in itself. And therefore, it is advised that all the growing children should take 2 glasses of milk on a daily basis. Right? See, it contains all important nutrients which are essential for a daily diet. Because the nutrients which we have discussed, all nutrients are present in the milk in a sufficient amount. Okay? Milk is an important source of vitamin A and vitamin B. And very important, the calcium mineral, which is required to make our bones and muscles stronger. That is present in a very rich amount in milk. See, calcium present in milk provides us healthy bones and teeth. So it is essential for stronger nails and hair. If you want strong nails, strong hair, so it is essential that you should drink milk also. Okay? We should drink 2 glasses. As I told you, what? We should drink 2 glasses of milk daily for a healthy body. Right? Now, next we come to what? The process of digestion. Very important. As we have discussed in the initial stage only, that what actually happens to the food when we eat it. So now the process of digestion begins over here. See, we all eat food. Food gives us energy and protects us against diseases. This we have discussed. Okay. The food we eat cannot be used as it is by our body. So to make the food usable, it must be digested. Okay. The food which you eat, it does not provide you energy in the same way as you have eaten it. It should be digested properly. It should be dissolved in your body so that it will provide you energy. Okay. Now, what is digestion, student? Digestion is the process of breaking down food into simple and soluble form so that it can be used by the body. Okay. The process by which all the food items get digested in your body and they get broken down into smaller pieces so that your body can absorb them in a sufficient amount and provides you nutrients and energy. So for all this, digestion must be there of the food. Okay. See. So now we have the process of digestion. See, students, in this whole process of digestion, there are many steps involved. Okay. And it is carried out by the digestive system. Now, all the organs which all together performs the function of digestion, they constitute our digestive system. Okay. Now, the functions of various organs in the digestion of food are described to us. See, number 1 is mouth. So, the process of digestion starts in the mouth. The very first step and the very first organ from where our food starts digesting is your mouth. Okay. Now, what does mouth contains? Mouth contains teeth, salivary glands, and tongue. Teeth also plays an important role. How? They help us in chewing the food. Okay. What does chewing does? Chewing breaks the food into smaller pieces. Because of your teeth, you bite or you tear or you chew the food, and after chewing it, the food becomes very smaller in size. Now, the saliva which is present in the mouth mixes with the food. Now, we have salivary glands also in our tongue, which is there in our mouth, and these glands produces a liquid which is known as saliva. Now, what does this saliva do? Saliva mixes with the food and makes it soft and juicy so that you can easily swallow that food inside your body. Okay? See, saliva softens the food into pulp. Okay? And it will convert the starch in the food to sugar. Very important function. Saliva does a second function also, that the starch which is present in the food, it gets converted into sugar because of saliva. Then what we have, tongue also. What does it do? The tongue pushes bits of this mashed food into the throat where it is swallowed. Okay. The tongue, which is there in our mouth, it pushes all those bits of mashed food inside our body. Okay. The food moves down a tube called food pipe or esophagus, and the food enters the stomach through the food pipe. So after swallowing the food, after pushing the food by our tongue, the food travels through a pipe which is there in your throat region. And this pipe is known as food pipe or esophagus. This pipe connects your mouth to the stomach. And because of this pipe only, the food travels from the mouth to our stomach. You can see in this picture also, they have given you, this is the mouth part. Wait. See, this is mouth. From here we eat the food. After eating it, after chewing it, after swallowing it, after making it soft and slimy, the food passes through this pipe-like structure which is called esophagus or food pipe. Okay. After that, the food will enter a muscular organ which is called stomach. Okay. And then after that, the stomach will pass into the next organ the food that is known as small intestine. After small intestine, the food will pass into the next organ, which is large intestine. Okay, there are some more organs which are involved in the process of digestion, that is like liver, pancreas. Okay, and after the whole process of digestion gets completed, the waste produced in your body gets excreted out by the organ known as rectum and anus. So students, all these organs all together forms your digestive system. Okay, see. Now, so after the food pipe, the food enters or the food passes into the stomach. That means next organ of digestion is stomach. Now, what does happen in stomach? See, stomach is a hollow bag-like structure which is made up of muscle. Okay, it holds the food for 1 to 4 hours. After the entering of food into the stomach, the food stays over there for 1 to 4 hours. And after this time period, the strong muscles of the stomach use enzymes. As I told you, stomach is a muscular organ. So the internal muscles or the muscular walls of the stomach, they produce some enzymes. Okay. And these enzymes, they break down the food into a usable form. Okay. Then most of the food is digested in the stomach. Okay. A very large amount of food gets digested in your stomach only. And the semi-solid paste of the food which is prepared in your stomach, after it goes into the next organ which is known as small intestine. Okay. Now, next organ is small intestine. So the small intestine is 22 feet long muscular tube. Okay. The length do not go into its name. The name suggests that it is small intestine, but actually it is very long. Okay, the longest part of your digestive system, around 22 feet long. Okay, and it is also a kind of tube structure which is made up of muscles. Okay, it breaks down food using enzymes released by the pancreas and bile from the liver. Now, what does happens to the food in the small intestine? All the enzymes which are released by the pancreas and their juice known as bile juice, which is produced by the liver, they all goes into the small intestine, and because of these all secretions, the food gets completely digested in your small intestine. Okay, see, the contents of the small intestine start in a semi-solid form and become liquid as they pass through the organ. As I told you, the pancreas, what they do? They excrete some digestive system, and these digestive system breaks the food into what? Dissoluble form. Actually, the nutrients which are there in your food, like fat, protein, carbohydrate, they all get digested because of all those enzymes only which are secreted by pancreas. Right? After that, the juice known as bile juice, which is secreted from the liver, it is also secreted in the small intestine, and it helps in what? Digesting fat present in your food. Then there is one more organ known as gallbladder. What does it do? It stores and concentrates bile that helps to absorb and digest fat. The excess amount of bile juice which is secreted by the liver goes and stores into the gallbladder only. Okay? Now, see, liver, gallbladder, pancreas, they help the small intestine to complete the digestion of food, and therefore we call the small intestine as a site of complete digestion of food. So if I ask you that which is the site of complete digestion of food, so the answer is small intestine, because the all secretions produced by these liver, gallbladder and pancreas, they help to digest, or they help to completely digest the food. Okay, digestion of all the components of food is completed here, I told you, and the end products are ready for absorption. After the complete digestion of food, the end products which we get, they are absorbed by the walls of the small intestine. See, the absorption of various nutrients present in the digested food into the bloodstream through membrane called absorption. Okay, and then these absorbed nutrients are taken to all the cells of the body by the blood. Okay? Now, next organ which we have is large intestine. See, like the small intestine, the large intestine churns the food against its mucus lining. Okay? So, similar to small intestine, what does large intestine do? It churns the food which gets passed into the large intestine from small intestine. It gets churned against its mucus lining and also moves it forward through periodic muscle contraction. But this process is much slower in the large intestine. The process of this churning, absorbing and moving of food is very slow in large intestine. About 24 hours of time is taken. Okay. Digestion also happens here. See, in large intestine also somewhat digestion happens, but not by enzymes as it did in the small intestine. Okay. Then next we have anus. See, the undigested food then moves from the large intestine into the rectum and it is finally thrown out through the anus. Now, all those undigested food which do not get digested in any part of the digestive system, that all passes into the what? Rectum. From where? Large intestine. And after that, through this rectum, we excrete or we throw out that waste from our body by an organ known as anus. Okay, students? So, this was how the process of digestion got completed or gets completed inside our body. Now, next we have to discuss about some healthy eating habits. Okay, we should develop some habits like so that our food get digested and we also remain healthy and fit. See, so we should develop the following habits to help our digestive system work properly. To keep your digestive system in a healthy condition, you should follow these all guidelines or some healthy eating habits. Okay, and it will also keep your body fit and healthy. Number 1, never eat uncovered or the stale food. Okay, then always eat at a fixed time. Usually we should eat 3 meals in a day. Number 1, morning, that is known as breakfast. Second meal in lunch, that is in the afternoon. And third meal is dinner, which we should take at the night time. So all these meals should be taken as the fixed time. Then eat slowly, always eat slowly, never eat in a hurry, and chew the food properly by your teeth before swallowing it inside your body. Okay? Next, wash both hands. Okay? Before eating anything, after eating, you should wash your hands properly. Then, always eat a balanced diet and avoid overeating. Try to eat fresh food only. You should always eat fresh fruit, okay, and avoid eating any food item which is preserved earlier. And very important, we should drink plenty of water and at least 2 glasses of milk on a daily basis. So these are the healthy habits which we should follow to keep our body fit and healthy. Now students, next topic which we have is cooking food. See, we can eat some food items raw. As we all know, there are some food items which we eat raw only, and some food items are needed to be cooked also before eating. So cooking kills germs. Now what does cooking does? See, cooking makes your food softer, tastier. It kills all the germs which are there in that food. See, so cooking kills germs which are there in your food. It makes the food soft, tasty, and easy to digest. Okay, so number 1, wash all raw food well before cooking to free them from dust and germs. So before cooking any food item, you should wash it properly so that that food item becomes free from germs, and then only you should cook it. Then wash fruits and vegetables. Before cutting or before eating any fruit and vegetable, you should wash them. Okay, and they lose their nutrients if washed after cutting. So why should we wash them before cutting? Because if we wash them after cutting, they will lose all their essential nutrients. Okay. Next, water in which pulses and grains are soaked should not be thrown away as it contains vitamins. So in that particular water in which you have soaked the pulses or grains overnight, okay, it should not be thrown away, because in that water it will contain some kind of vitamins. You can use this water while cooking only, so that those nutrients or those vitamins get not lost. For boiling, see, for boiling, you should take just as much water as it is necessary, because if we use excessive amount of water while cooking, it will It will also throw away or lost the nutrients which are there in that food. Okay, they are saying that as much water as it is necessary. The amount of water which is required, which is necessary, that amount of water only we should take while boiling, so that the water which has absorbed nutrients from the food is not thrown away. Okay. Next, do not overcook or reheat cook, because due to overcooking or reheating, the nutrients present in the food items gets destroyed. Okay. Now, the next topic which we have is of food preservation. Now, what do we mean by food preservation? So, students, the process of treating food in such a way that it gets stayed or remains fresh for a long time period, that whole process is called food preservation. See, the process of treating food in such a way that preserve it for a long time period, that process is called food preservation. And we should preserve the food. Now, what are the different methods of preserving food? See, you can freeze the food item, like they have given you freezing the meat. Okay. Then dehydrating the peas, salting the pickles, sweetening the jams, canning the fruits and juices, etc. These are the different ways of preserving food items. We can say milk by pasteurization. Pasteurization is a method of preserving milk. Mint and coriander. Okay. These are the items, food items, which can be preserved by sun drying. Okay. Meat, milk, eggs, they are usually kept in refrigerators. Okay. At a lower temperature, so that they could be remain preserved for a long time. Okay. Now, so students, today we learned that food gives us energy and nutrients, but only after it is properly digested. So always remember, eating healthy food and chewing it properly is very important for good digestion and healthy life. So that's all for today, class. We'll meet you in the next session. Till then, eat well, stay healthy and keep smiling. Thank you.